Hey Facebook, what's happening, man? I hope you all are doing just great today. I know it's a little wet, but nonetheless, I'm still going to bring you guys some videos. And I wanted to do a video today on a question I actually got in my inbox. And the question goes, how do you get over an ex? What makes a breakup so difficult to get over? And I've gotten quite a few messages, so I think it's about time to address this. You know, breakups are never easy, and they're never easy because we're invested in it. Whenever you're invested in something seriously, it's going to be very hard to pull yourself apart. But when it comes to relationships, there are a few things that actually make it very difficult. And some of those factors can be the length of the relationship, how recently you split up, how intense or obsessive the relationship might have been, how important that relationship was to you, how it ended, and the reason why it ended. All these things actually are different factors that can actually change how hard it is for you to get over a relationship, essentially. So, what this person is actually saying is, how do I get over this relationship? And she's a woman. For starters, I know relationships in this technological age can be so hard to get over because we're always so connected. When you look at Facebook, when you look at Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media network you want to choose from, your ex may post a video, your ex may post a picture, and because some of your friends are connected with your ex, that picture somehow shows up on your timeline, and it's like you're always reminded of the relationship. You always see this person when you don't want to, just when you may be getting over them, right? And it hurts. It can be a couple months out, but just the sound of their name, it still burns your blood. It still burns your skin. It still makes you jump. The emotions still come rushing back, and the answer is, why is that? Why is it so hard to get over? Well, whenever you put your heart on the line, you have to understand that you give yourself unto someone else. Okay? So when you break up, you're actually tearing a part of you off of yourself. That's why it hurts. If you look at a regular cut or a nick or a bruise, it takes some time to heal. It's still tender to the touch, but it takes time to heal. In a relationship, the scars are a bit more severe because it's not only a physical scar, it's a mental scar, it's an emotional scar. And it's very hard to control your mind. I'll give you an example. Do not think of a pink elephant. Now, tell me how much of y'all just thought of the pink elephant. You see, we can't ever tell ourselves don't because our mind doesn't recognize the word don't. If you actually take any sentence that you're using that word don't in and you remove it, what are you left with? You'll see what I'm saying. So what can you actually do to get over someone? Now, a lot of people would say hook up with someone else, right? Or find someone else to take that blow, be a buffer. But doesn't quite work that way. Let me tell you why. Because you're only filling a void with something temporary. You can get involved with someone else, and it's not fair to that person, okay? Because you're going to start leading that person on, and eventually you're going to do to them what was done to you. And the cycle just continues and continues. So do not hook up with anybody else to try and get over your ex, okay? What about exercising your newfound freedom? Because we all know real relationships are all about compromise, okay? Having to give in on something that you really like just so that the other person can be happy too. But now that you're single, now that you don't have to worry about that anymore, enjoy the luxury of now not having to care about anybody else but yourself. It may sound a little selfish, but it can be very therapeutic because it's such a stark contrast. And it allows you to pay attention to the most important person in your life, which is you. Okay? So indulge in your newfound luxury. The next thing you can do to get over someone is to hang out with your friends. Go and indulge in activities, okay? Don't just sit home scrolling through your timeline. Don't just sit in your room with the music playing, because when you are by yourself, you are at your worst, okay? Your mind is already harboring on all the good times and all of the happiness this person brought you, but it's not a healthy place, because remember now, the goal is to recover and get over. So you have to get out there. You have to get involved with people. You got to hear other people's stories, man. Interact with other people to see what else is going on out there, okay? Hang with your friends. Now, I just want to do a little interlude right here. If you're going to break up with someone, be direct, okay? Don't talk about, oh, I just want to have time apart. Maybe we should just have a break. No. Be direct because you're going to need closure, okay? It's not fair to the other person. Make sure that both of you are on the same page. Now, being on the same page doesn't mean that you both are emotionally agreeing on what's happening. But when you're on the same page, you understand what is happening in front of you right here, right now. Okay? You need closure. When it comes to relationships, there's nothing worse than ambiguity. Okay? You're left thinking, well, I wonder what he means by a break. Does he actually mean he wants to get back together? Are we just talking less? Are we really breaking up? Be direct, okay, guys? And the last thing I can actually advise you guys to get over an ex is to forgive. Forgive. We take for granted that big F word, and we take it for granted because we think forgiveness is a sign of weakness. But forgiveness is not for the other person, you know. Forgiveness is for us because unless we are able to forgive, we can never move on from a certain point in our lives that has caused us pain and hurt and harm. So essentially in a relationship, if you cannot forgive your ex for whatever kind of bad treatment they've done to you to cause you want to break up in the first place, well, guess what? You're going to fill your mind with that resentment. You're going to be focusing and harboring that resentment. And yes, it's going to change you for the worst. Okay? So I don't want you guys harboring on things. Learn to forgive yourself. All right? So guys, this is my little short video clip on how you can get over an ex. Of course, it's not absolute, but these are just some of the tips that I think can help you guys get over your exes. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a like, give it a share, so that someone who needs it can get this information. Y'all take care, man.